Yeah, you like that fade out? I did that by slowly lowering the volume of the video that I was playing the music off of. It's pretty good, right? Yeah. Ah, I'm coming through on a mic. That was terrifying. I hate hearing myself echo back. Alright, let me make sure that all of the audio is correct. Oh, I knew it. There was an update to my audio drivers and it screwed up everything in OBS. Fortunately, the mics didn't get fucked up, just in-game audio. So, let's start up Final Fantasy XIV and continue the incredible adventures of Maxwell Hildibrand. I need to remember how to start the game because I'm having a brain fart. Here we go. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good tonight. I'm already kind of feeling a migraine come on. I hate it when that happens right as I start a stream. I may have to take a break and take some medicine for it. I'm glad you're doing good. Let's see. And play. DirectX 11 version. Uh-oh. Blood, language, and sexual themes. That's why we're an M-rated stream, everybody. NC-17. For Final Fantasy. So don't worry about this error message that's going to pop up, or warning message. It just says that I need to renew my account, which I'm going to do when I get paid tomorrow. Yes, they're warning against Abyss Speak. Blood language. They don't even mention the blood alcohol. And blood tobacco. Now, where am I? I think I'm up in... Well, obviously. I think I'm in Cloudspeak, though. Specifically. Where some of the owl people live. Yeah, here we are. Me and my chocobo. So, first things first. I got to teleport to... I want to say that it's the friggin... I'm having brain farts. Costa del Sol. I think that's where the next quest starts. I can dig it, Baron. I would love to play the reboot of that on stream at some point. That would be amazing. Alright, here we are. Here's Ellie. Here's where we get to start the game. Ellie has the latest information on the Phantom Thief's target. Serena, I was wondering when you'd show up. I've got the latest scoop on the victor's spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Colosseum of late? There's a tourney in the works, and it's looking to be a big one. The Mithril Cup, sponsored by none other than Imagina and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that Master Fergus will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate, after all. The chairman, Master Fergus, sits on the syndicate and possesses such wealth that rumor has it he could buy half the realm if he chose to. He is also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills, he settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments like the Mithril Cup. My colleague Ganelon is in Ul'dah covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. You don't want to be sent to the Blago?
Then you will be sent to the Blago.
Honestly, they're such dumb games. I haven't actually seen the reboot other than the very first one, which actually plays better than the old ones, albeit it's still a giant mess. Alright, so we are traveling to Ul'dah. Let's go. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, the Harbingers is like almost a game, exactly. It's like something that you could maybe alter. If you made up some of your own rules for it, changed the rules, tweaked them, you could actually make a legitimate game out of it. I would really like to see one just done with software that could randomize the scenes. That would be amazing. Right, I should just teleport over there instead of walking the whole way. Also, I should oh wow, I took some damage on my equipment. Also, I should switch over to Summoner, simply so that any solo stuff is a bit easier. Plus, I get the awesome hat. Right? It's the best hat. I don't remember where we're going. I guess the Gladiators Guild, right? No, actually it's right here. Alright, we'll go to the Thaumaturge Guild. Because that's marginally closer, and I already went back to the Crystal. Here we go. I need to upgrade this, I need to upgrade my book some more. I think I'm gonna work on that later. Which mostly means running trials. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelon. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while.
Ellie? It isn't the Mithril Eye Star Reporter. Come to have a laugh at Ganelon's expense before returning to pen your latest front-page feature, eh?
Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now, let me tell you this. There are strange things afoot at the Colosseum.
Bugger all, it's a travesty, I tell ya!
Look at all these fellas in their bikinis and padded sleeves.
Och, away, Iomo! What is the matter? And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The four of you will compete for the cup together, yes?
I hear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow.
Mishap, my ass! This was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on me subligar.
Lower your voice, Hutch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting.
Hutchin, should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I'd been quicker with me mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Haimo. In victory and in defeat, the Montravilles fight as one. You bear no more responsibility for me wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll be getting back into fighting fettle by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? Hutchin, for you, I am always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sagoli. That's the desert. These guys are really into mantras. The Montravilles? Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Wrangle. A man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes, I mentioned the strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between the few battlers that remain. The Phantom Thieves Challenge. Gladiators dropping like flies. No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dour Meadow. He should be in his office within the Colosseum's halls. I'll send word to the gateman, Yuyubaya. He owes the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid. Come, Serena. We've got a case to crack. Balkan skull in the background. Yeah, that's pretty great. I kill you and make you die, if I don't die of laughter first. Alright, I need to take a pill. 1 second. Alright. Now we can continue. Let's go see Yuyubaya. Was at the Gladiators Guild, like for real this time. Here we are. Ul'dah is very big, but its checkpoints are well spaced. So it's pretty easy to get around. Probably the worst checkpoint setup is in Limsa Lominsa, because there's a couple places that you have to take a pretty long walk to. From the Mithril Eye, you say? Then by all means you're free to enter. I am Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye, never blinking, all-seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Dour Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Who might argue with free publicity? And from a charming little thing like yourself. Ask away, my girl. That said, between the challenge from the so-called Phantom Thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining. Provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter took another's head off for insulting the color of his subleg... Huh. Looks like we got ourselves another. Those two aren't in the entry books.
And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Inspector Brereton, as efficient as ever, I see.
A true gentleman eschews violence.
You were thinking. It annoyed me. Dour Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief.
Was wondering when you might ask. Master Fergus has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney in this Colosseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside a Khan. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got, we've got nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, the brass blades were successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I haven't all day. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I got that you ain't Mr. Many Faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? Nah, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you'll have to claim them as any other would, in battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actually recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee. Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms. Or were they legs? Sup? You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avila the grand tour.
Inspector Hildibrand, look, he's purple.
Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages, I smell a case. Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it, he was one of many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturges Guild. They were gonna seal him away in the hole in the desert with the others. Then he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. Anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs around the Colosseum.
That's a good octopus, Christy.
Am I ever glad they did? I tell ya, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel! I want to get my tentacles around her.
Huh. I know not who you are, or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There is only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now who's the chump who wanted to get a pummeling by my lovely little Avi? Oh, I'm the chump. Shit. Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done. That, I believe, is the full title that gets played on the, that gets printed out in, Eorzean, which is like the code language. At the end of the episodes is Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, since we were trying to remember that earlier. Oh, Ultros is terrible. That's kind of what makes him hilarious. Serena Mox will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Serena Mox? You do look like a Mox. Well, bugger me with a spear. To think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my coliseum. Hear that clink, clank, clanking? That's the sound of gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Ulti. That was a bad line reading, and I'm very sorry. Well, Serena, I suppose we have as good a chance as any. Now we just need to make sure she doesn't come down with some curious injury. That gladiatrix, Avila, was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. Ha-ha! I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Mr. Vila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Serena here safe? Let us return to Ganelon and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Gladiatrix, I think I used to have that video. I think we used to have it in the back section of the video store I worked at. Very well, I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you'll share it with me at first opportunity. Alright. Speak to Ganelon in front of the Colosseum. Well, that's right nearby, I think. No, it is not right nearby. I thought this was the Colosseum. No, I guess the Gladiators Guild isn't built over the Colosseum. Alright, Thaumaturge Guild. Excuse me. You again. I've already told you that... What? Entered the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can go hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. A fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round, and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilists Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Alright, now we gotta head over to yet another guild, which we can get to most quickly from the steps. There he is, Raging Rat. Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, have you? Well, you're not the first. I say, is there not a man in the entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? I do admit the 3D model makes Ultros seem that much creepier than he used to be. Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildibrand Mandeville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would please enlighten me to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentlemen, my arse, have you no wit of delicacy? Never you mind. Look at the the records must say I lost, but I'll admit nothing of the sort. I'll shout it at the top of me lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade, some kind of foul sorcery if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotting in jail as we speak. The girl's Alamegan, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you got nothing to lose? Yay, another crappy person. Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Serena. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says. Or perhaps she works with an accomplice. She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the ladder. Ah, Miss Ellie, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might very well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive bore. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages twirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. Avila and Ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ultros should still be at the Colosseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back to whencesoever he came. I mean, I've heard worse theories. Not a lot of them. Let's see. Now we're heading right to the Colosseum. Which, yes, is right by the Gladiators Guild. Well, what the heck? This isn't out front of the Colosseum. I mean, I guess it is, technically. But really, the Gladiators Guild is more so. Yeah, that's right. I'm taking the crystal, even though I have to walk further. Let's see. Gladiators Guild.
Serena!
Wait. That says shh, not Serena.
Shush, friend, and look over yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Alti is a most fascinating creature indeed.
Ah, crap, I missed the dialogue.
He speaks! Yes, this is most suspicious indeed.
I think Hildibrand has a crush on Ultros.
Oh ho, what is this? The girl has fled in a panic. Our friend Alti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag, or how they would sag had he shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashu, we must pursue!
Ultrabrand. That's a good one. Yeah, there's really no quick way to get from the Colosseum. Is there? Maybe. Oh, through here. This'll work. That's much quicker. Mr. Alti seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might be he plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I recommend they taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. She's got different ideas. Marinara. Oh, he speaks. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with these girls anyway? Call me crazy, but I think he likes them. Utter shock.
Hey there, gal friend. I
don't know how to pronounce that. Orosukodoji? I don't know what that means.
Hey there, gal friend. Ever see Orosukodochi? Poor misunderstood Alti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity, when in truth He was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Ulti, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us?
Yes, yes. Now perhaps we should return to our investigation. If Avila is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dower Meadow, back at the Colosseum, should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts.
An excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Colosseum and speak with Dower Meadow. From him, we shall ascertain Miss Avila's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about and see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation awaits.
Beautiful.
Don't think Uncle Alti didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus.
Hi, B.
Or am I? Come on now. I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Alti dream? Well, kids, hate to ink and run, but again, I am an octopus.
There's nothing wrong with greeting yourself. It's self-care. Alright. Back into the Colosseum now. Regardless, we're very happy to have you here.
Yes, what is it? Oh my god, his voice. Eh? What is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. I recommend you might still find her there. I'll warn you though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. That poor bugger Ganelin tried to interview her for an article. Oh, the girl was gonna rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch me drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm you up for the tourney, that might be just the ticket. I can assure you, there will be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass even being alerted to our presence. Let us be off!
Alright, over to the Coffer and Coffin, which is out in the desert. I'm also going to start saying hi, B, whenever I enter a room, just in case you're there. I'm a behemoth. Or at least I'm sitting on a behemoth. It's my favorite mount.
Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's famed temper.
How many times must I tell you there is no cause for concern? The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be written in stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Rauban al-Din won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Uldans no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nanawa mines to meet my sister. Are you sure this will not emancipate me from my ridiculously famed temple? That's a good reference.
Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal.
I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue.
Trying to steal Avila from Uncle Ulti's tentacles, are ya? I'm afraid that isn't gonna happen. Yes, Uncle Ulti's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu?
Heavens, no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson?
They're onto me! Preposterous! Could it be that musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave ho! You gotta be kidding me!
Looks like Team Ultros is blasting off again. Alright, now we gotta get up to the north end. Today's mount is Maggie the Magitech Reaper armor. Try meowing at your cat. Sometimes that works. Here we are at the Nanawa mines.
That maiden in mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer.
I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Hegelina. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what that means? Necklaces from Estame, sun-silk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Uldan upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is all well and good, but when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I'm proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong, stand together, this alone is all the wealth I could ask for. That is your problem, Hegelina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this for us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhears us. That's my avis. Unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister. Be safe.
A more moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues.
It would seem Avila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you just hear what I heard?
Look, kids, Uncle Alty has had it up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall in this pit and die like a good little girl? I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer! Not you, you idiot! No fear for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and I'm pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary.
The Altros voice, you mean? I'm glad that I could haunt your dreams. Our hero. Now, shall we return to Ul'dah? The Mithril Cup will be starting before long. And the last thing we want after this is to lose our bout by forfeit.
Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of event. Doubtless he's performed such selfless acts before, a true gentleman if I ever saw one!
Hi there, Bentanglement. I'd recognize the bottom half of that upside-down Manderville anywhere. Darn right.
Wait a minute, I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around... Give me a break!
You use those emotes all you want, B. That's what they're there for. Alright. Going to the Gate of Nald. Which, again, might as well just ride there. We wouldn't be saving much time by teleporting. So how's everyone feeling? We're about halfway done the chapter now, I believe. A, thanks for 2 months of support. B, in the land of the rising sun. And they attempted to slash me and also subscribed again for a 2nd month message. Apologies for the relatively minor frame drop we're getting right now. Still doing better than most days. That's true, we wouldn't have got the Chocobo music without running all the way down. Yes, is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Oh, was the message cut off in the notification? That should be pretty easy to fix. I should be able to do that after the stream if you remind me. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed inspector senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. Basically, I just have to stretch out the box to a bigger resolution. When we were implementing that, we didn't really think about extremely long subscription messages, or apparently just slightly long subscription messages. Well honed, haha. This time you're really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Colosseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all night. He's got those because he's bonked his head twice. He gets another one each time he gets his head bonked. My chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? Father, could it be that the aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy! I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. I hope that's pretty similar to the voice I did for him last time. And what brings you and your friends to these parts today? Because I do not remember the voice I used last time. Just a bit of sleuth work, father dear, and with that we must return to Ul'dah. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Oh ho! Moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Manderville man, if I do say so myself. Thank you, B. I enjoy doing it. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father. Remind me never to go to one of their family reunions. Just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival, if ever there were one. Who goes there? Hildy, Serena, I've been waiting for this day. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap? I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist, and I am not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver! 'Cause this might be our lucky day. Is there no one on this accursed realm who can remember my... Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Serena is a formidable foe. That sounded like high praise coming from a big fella like yourself.
To have such a powerhouse as his sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with these two, but I warn you, you'll end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Serena, I will not fall so easily this time. Well, looks like I've got my legs full. All 8 of them. But if that adventure is too strong to take on alone, I'll just have to bring a friend. A supplely twisting ring called to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck! Nobody here but us octopodes? Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, fiend. Muscleheads! I hate them!
He's always getting his butt kicked by muscleheads. Ever since Final Fantasy VI. All I need to do is distract Europe by making it look like I am going to steal the North Pole. Perfect plan! Do you mean Godbert? And before anyone corrects me that it's pronounced Gobert, it's definitely Godbert. Oh wait, we're actually at the correct gate, are we? No, we're not. So yeah, let's teleport. You haven't even seen him suplex anyone yet. In awe of the size of this lad. Exactly. Alright. Let's just walk it. Yes, I adore his sunglasses. I'm thinking when I get my next pair of glasses, I'm gonna get those sunglasses to go along with it. I'm certain I can get something very similar with a prescription.
Good heavens! Chancing upon father like that, I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Ms. Avila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle?
Alright. Yes, the full name is Wipes on Trash, so you get the idea. Lisa here in the chat is also a member. As is my dad, who I think is in the chat. Yes, he is. He's the one who actually named it, so.
Good heavens! We haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and apprise ourselves of the rules of engagement.
Never done that. Not me. Oh, me either. Don't even worry about it.
To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not lower myself to their levels.
Banning some more spider bots. Unfortunately, it really only stops them from chatting, so I've kind of given up. The ones that have ways to force them out of the chat, they have commands for that. I go through those. Most of them get really passive-aggressive afterwards. Like, I'm sorry you feel that way. That's 3 of the 4 members of Wipes. Or is it just 3 members of Wipes? I don't remember. Porsche is making another 935. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Okay, I thought 4. I am so glad for this mute key. Because I am just snorting so much snot today. I hardly sound like a princess. Maybe a princess with a cold.
Bumps on the head, chipped teeth. I want shabby-looking octopus. I tell you, they don't pay me enough for this. But that's all gonna change soon, ain't it, buddy? Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to... Ye gods! Who gave you those ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Bunga!
They are on the same data center because I've run lots of stuff with people from Brynhilde. I think. I actually may be mistaken on that now that I think about it. I used to be on the other data center on my other character, but there was guild drama and I kind of got caught in the middle and I decided, no, I don't want that. So I just switched data centers to play with people who probably aren't going to have drama.
Ouch! You have my sympathies, good sir. It is a challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there someone inside of your office? No! Whatever gave you that idea? I'm simply fumigating the place for pests like yourself. Now, don't you have a battle to go fight?
Inspector, I think something's alive in there.
That's just me, talking to myself. Yeah, fun. Gods, yes, gods. Working as a receptionist sure is fun! Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work. I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all.
Serena, if you would come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. And I just nod. I think most things are cuter with a top hat. I mean, check that out. Anyway, let's go talk to Bearden. I'm stuck in the scenery. Okay, good, I was able to jump out. I've only fallen through the world once in this game, and all the time I've played, I want to keep it that way. Well, has your investigation borne fruit? I see. Avila seeks to win the tournament to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, the strange Octopus appeared considerably worse for wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamegan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. Yeah, it's a very solidly made game. Like, I've been just generally surprised every time I play the game, just how solid it is. Like, especially as MMOs go. But, you know, it is Square Enix, and they do usually put out high-quality games in-house. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I've done some research on our eight-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Uldah's taverns and, houses of pleasure. I suspect that he's using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission. There's also the matter of the Tempest Blade that's rumored to be the source of the Alamegan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger, Serena. Oh, excuse me. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. It's a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I'd ask you to bring them to me. Alright, let's go collect refuse. This is a job for the Warrior of Light. That's how you can tell this is a Realm Reborn quest. Because they still have you collecting refuse. Alright, Weaver's Guild. I don't really mind the quests where you're just collecting bare asses most of the time. It's just a Realm Reborn just kept throwing them at you over and over again just to pad out the main story. The game definitely has its fair share of bare-ass collection, less so in Heavensward and Stormblood. Alright, now we've got all of the refuse. And Bearden's still in the same place, because of course he hasn't moved. Why move when he can get someone else to move for him? I really like that he's played as the competent straight man, but he's almost as incompetent as Hildibrand. At least in the newer stuff, the NPCs finally seem to have figured out that there's one Warrior of Light, alluding to you and other adventurer friends, or however they phrase it. Oh, there's more than one Warrior of Light, right? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah, they do that a bit better in the later stuff. The writing just gets better in general after A Realm Reborn ends. A Realm Reborn has decent writing most of the time, and some's really bad. And then starting at Heavensward, stuff gets really good. Let me see what you found. Oh, I totally understand. Now, what have we here? Ah, yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails, and what's this? A sack, even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in, if that can be believed. And look here, something appears to be written on the side. Sint Goat's Sundries. It would seem this merchant has had dealings with that squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as to the exact nature of their partnership. Like Sint Goat's gonna care, come on. Anyone who's dealt with the guy knows he's crooked. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? I'm sorry, madam, but I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of me wares, and I expect me customers to do the same. Wait, now, did Ultro send you? I'd be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles. Can you believe it? What with the impressive price and that, distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers, which Master Ultros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. Will these truffles somehow be connected to... No. I'll stop myself before I start sounding like... him. Inspector Breodin, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me, and to steal away Serena here. This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie! I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be more educated in the Epicurean arts. That is the most distinct and delightful aroma of the gold truffle. An acquired taste, to be sure, but one that has won the heart of many an Uldan gourmet. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. I don't think that expensive mushrooms are much different than the cheap mushrooms, personally. Like, truffles, the problem with truffles is they completely drown out the taste of anything else in the meal. And other expensive mushrooms just taste the same as regular mushrooms, so, you know. It depends on how many princesses you have to save that. Reardon has seen enough incompetence for one day. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. We must return to the Colosseum before the battles begin. Here's the plan, Serena. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat. Until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities, you are to keep a wide berth of her blade, understood? Yes, Mario just has like 1,000 new layers of lore now, and also lots and lots of Rule 34. Alright, back to see Darmetto at the Gladiators Guild. That must be why Ultros wants them. To turn into a princess, or to turn other people into princesses. Or both.
There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. I'd be remiss not to tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place.
Princess Army! Oh no, I think knowledge of that's even percolated down to me already.
With everyone's favorite Octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just pouring in, and bookmakers across the town are raking in the gill. Which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Fergus himself is quite taken by my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for old Darmetto, it is. So what do you say? You ready to get your asses kicked?
You saw some pictures you didn't understand. That's one way to find out about it.
Aye, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly.
Or vice versa.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Amahina and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern, is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, Serena, the famed warrior of light, or who was that grinning fool again? Oh, right, Humberbat, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the eight-legged purple purveyor of pain? Here I am! Did you miss me?
You might be writing Princess Army in the sketch ideas list, but I'm writing it in the real life ideas list.
Aye, I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions, and let the battles begin.
Time for some funga.
Alright.
Wait, that's the wrong voice.
Alright, you know the deal.
We team up and wipe out the others, then when it's just the two of us,
I'll take a dive.
and you receive your share of the winnings. I've not forgotten our promise.
Look at Avila's blade spin. Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed 'em tough in Alamigo, that's for certain.
I don't remember everything from the next trial from this. So hopefully I don't just get blasted into oblivion. You are next. After this, I'm probably going to work on upgrading that tome there.
Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting has given Uncle Alti an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute! Roasted truffles?! Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from.
That thumbs up.
That meddling musclehead!
What is taking him so damned long?
The girl's gaze gives it away. Open the gate at once.
It's a fantastic character model, and I can tell because I'm deeply uncomfortable every time I see it, right?
Funga?
And here's Ultros's best friend. What is that monstrosity?
Mr. Typhon! Is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Alti. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Huh? Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles?
Could it be? Avila's vaunted Tempest Blade. It was that monster all along. The girl played us all for fools.
Don't look at me. It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus.
You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend.
I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle. You know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower. Has Uncle Alti ever lied to you?
What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that Alamigan whore. These people...
Alamegans, beggars and brutes, the lot of 'em. We give 'em a home in our land, and this is the thanks we get. Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of me sight before I get sick.
There are some truly terrible people in Ul'dah. But I just wanted to... my sister...
I feel for the girl. Really, my little octopus heart goes out to her. But the rules are the rules, right? Now, if Uncle Alti may be so bold. I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. What would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Serena here? What do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Aye, that's what we want to say. Ultros! 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 Well, this is a most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue, Halatali. The fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm has settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages.
Ul'dah, least favorite city. I think I can still get somewhat lost there if I can't just aetherite to where I need to be. Yes. Oh, it's huge, and the aetherite is well placed. That's its saving grace. I just don't like most of the people who live in Ul'dah. You haven't gotten to kick a thing like this whole quest. That's true. There's not much combat to this one. So, to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear it was coming from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Serena. Let us make for Halatali. I love Gridania, but that's because I like forests. Alright, now we gotta get over to Halatali. I grew up in Gridania and moved to Limsa pretty early on. I technically started in Ul'dah just because I wanted it's on this character. Simply because I wanted to see what would be different, and it actually makes the plot twist with Thancred make sense, because you don't miss out on the stuff leading up to it. Yeah, Limsa is where our guild house is. And here we are, Halatali.
Well, the tourney's turned into a right mess. Well, with all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I could give a gnat's ass. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So, here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends to the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, you know, so that we don't have to break the rules the game's already set up in the past.
Alright, 1 sec. I'm going to take a quick read of how to beat Ultros. Because I know I'm going to forget some mechanic and then just get murdered in the middle while healing. Ultros, FF14. Alright, strategy, blah blah blah. Tank separately, DPS should focus Typhon. Imp Punch, this is not a very well written guide like a lot of these are. I guess because it's not a very popular trial. After a period, blah blah blah. At this point, Imp should approach him and cast Imp Punch on him. I don't think that... Yeah, that's only on DPS. Alright, so basically everything is on the DPS and the tanks, and I just have to heal normally. That's not too bad. I think your guild house was actually in the Ul'dah area for years till Kugane opened up last summer. I was thinking about getting a house in Kugane, but I haven't gotten back into Stormblood yet. Shirogane? Kugane? It's one of those. One of them is a person and the other is the city, so... Alright, switching over to Scholar. And joining... That's dungeons. Focus Thok, that's area. High end. No, it doesn't count as high end. I've already forgotten the name of it. The Dragon's Neck. There it is. And now we wait. So how's everyone doing? Summon in Eos ahead of time. And we've just been knocked offline, but we're back. Hopefully that didn't cause too much buffering. Sorry about that. For those who are not in the know, our ISP is terrible. It doesn't look like it buffered any, so that's good. Debating how many times I need to redraw Annie for a thing. Oh, I'm floating. There's definitely some shortcuts taken here and there. Also, my tail is in the wall, but every game does that, almost. It's difficult to do collision for individual objects on a body, especially when physics don't necessarily apply to them individually. Oh man. This is the longest queue I've had in a while. Well, you know what that means. Oh man, I misspelled it anyway. But I didn't have time to do a dance. The Dragon's Neck.
Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here atop the Dragon's Neck. If all team members of a team fall from the platform, they forfeit the round. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids.
Dibs on making calamari. Alright. Okay, good. We have two different types of healers. Perfect. Alright, pull them apart. And let's get healing. And that's the Final Fantasy VI boss music for those who don't know. Oh right, directly behind him he can sneeze. Alright, let's get in a little bit of damage. Huh. Everyone's going after Ultros. I actually don't think I've ever seen that before. But apparently that's the accepted way to do it now. I'm assuming. Uh-oh, someone lost aggro. Oh, come on. Well, good job me. Fortunately, it's only a brief stun. I don't know what's going on here. This is way more chaotic than the last time I did this. Bloody hell. Come on. Here we go. We're good. Perfect. Now we're just walking in circles around them. Bloody hell. Not sure what I'm doing wrong to avoid that. I think I'm at just the wrong angle. Regardless, I'm not getting a whole lot of time to DPS. Which is not ideal. Ah, come on! Alright, there we go. When it's directly behind, that's not a sneeze anymore. And Serena claims the victory! My crew isn't as motley as usual. Usually at least someone's wearing a chocobo head. Oh well, it went okay anyway. Need? Haha, yes! I got my wind-up Ultros! Hell yeah! All yours, enjoy. Oh, well, that was nice of her. Let's see. So, thank you, Rebecca Redstar of Behemoth. I doubt you'll ever see this, but if you do, that was very nice of you. Alright. Minion guide. Wind up Ultros. Yes, it's so cute. Alright, let's switch back to Summoner. I guess I should at least have something summoned during all this, shouldn't I? Good show, Serena. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the awards ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not sure what I was doing wrong with those sneezes. I'll have to look that up again. That didn't happen to me last time I played that fight. I'm glad you've returned, B. It's good to have you. And back to the Gladiators Guild. You just missed the entire Ultros battle, though. Alright. Anyway, here's the dance I was gonna do, which is still appropriate. Alright, I need to... Ah, the Manderville. Dance of the True Gentleman. This is the stream now. Okay, enough of that.
It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils, and now let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Fergus himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure the likes of which our realm was never seen. One that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer.
It's kind of a drab ring.
Above you!
Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged on over long, but worry not, the main event is about to begin! I know that you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now, I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show.
Vile fiend! Mark my words, you have stolen your last treasure. I swear it on the Mandeville name. I think not, Hildibrand.
That smile.
Greg! 'Tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired.
Just walks off with it.
Serena, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear.
Do you not mean your skewer?
My spear!
Yes, the laugh track is wonderful.
Vile thief! Is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once!
Oh no, it seems we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. +5 kebab of might. Huh? Now it's raining truffles, but the battle's already... Oh. Mr. Typhon, just a moment. I'm sure I had a tissue here somewhere. Alas and alack, the ring sails straight into the hands of the fiend. Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. Wait, was that Godbert? Or was that... No, I remember. No, it is. Okay. I did totally the wrong voice.
Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man.
You're a real sticky dumpling.
But of course! Brilliant, father! If the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring! Why, it'll be just like Dalamud! Hildibrand, Heliodor, Maximilian Mandeville. Skyward, as only a Mandeville can! Father, you know not your own strength!
Oh yeah, the facial expressions are terrible and I love it.
937, 938, 990...
Oh wait, where did I get 30? 997, blah blah blah, he's counting. That is, in fact, the correct lyrics, B.
No!
Manderville, a Manderville man. Doing the things that a Manderville can. In this case, a Manderville can falling.
legs. They look strangely familiar.
I'd know those legs anywhere.
Ha! But a little too much spin on that one, it seems.
Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with results? Say, for one thing, this ring is a fake. But no matter, I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you've been a most attentive audience.
The key! Bloody hells! Guards, seize the fiend at once!
Mom bomb! Filled with confetti. It's a good distraction. That's the thing about the Phantom Thief. Always non-lethal.
It's not too late. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry.
Oh, sorry. I am really misreading these lines tonight.
It's not too late.
I did it again.
It's too late, sir. It is absolutely too late. It is much too late. It is after the fact. That, sir, is an X ring.
Second prize? What is the meaning of this?
Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. A master goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous! It's just the dim lighting. Yes, if you'll just step over there.
Have you been taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily.
Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain.
You know, he absolutely could have just said that he replaced it with a fake to throw off the Phantom Thief and gotten away with it. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that odious octopus, all for a false treasure. What a fool I've been. Whatever was I thinking?
Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avila. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Hegelina, and nothing more.
I suppose I was at the... Wait, how do you know my sister's name?
I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tail you to the Nanawa mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister.
You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I was truly fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not easily be regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly, the second prize, this ring of inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items this fiend has stolen. A pattern that betrays his true intentions.
The treaty blade, Azamaya's virtue, the ring of inquiry, all relics with quite a history, or to be more precise, relics from the era of the Beladians.
Oh ho! If that is so, the answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found Eorzea's greatest museum of Beladian history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless, another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. I mean, if I was Dilbert, I'd pray to Godbert. Lest I got suplexed. That's so good. No, it was just very far away. I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So this is the thief's final challenge to us. But what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks?
Where the 4 treasures of Beladia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at that. And yet, it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth in these words.
4 sacred relics from Beladia. The Warden's justice. Lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day, if rumors are to be believed. It would seem the tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his targets thus far, an Uldan collector and his hired thugs, a trading mogul and the brass blades, and now a mining magnate and the stone torches. Is it any surprise that the sympathies of ordinary Uldans would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the syndicate? Perhaps the Sultana herself?
Then it will be his downfall, for the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Just one moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces, there is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Belladia, and it shall be Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire.
Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence.
What was that? No, it couldn't be. Methinks Godbert might need a new pair of spectacles.
The greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Gotta remember to use that one out of context sometime. Especially when making bread. It's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Belladia. As the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed. Will Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Manderville can? Her last vow. The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forget what you actually looked like? I have. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well, see you next time. So, thank you everyone for coming. This has been the 3rd part of my Hildibrand stream. We're going to come back to it probably next month. In the meantime, I'll still be doing LEGO Dimensions each week. Speaking of which, the schedule for the next week is as follows. Tomorrow is Katie playing part 4 of Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space. Saturday morning will be Christy with Saturday Morning Minecraft. Sunday will be Tsu playing more Styx, the Goblin Who Says Fuck. Monday will be Christy starting on something. Did you figure out what you were doing Monday? I forget. Christy, did you figure out what you're doing Monday?
Monday is Passepartout.
Oh, right. Duh. I should know that. Monday will be Christy's art stream with Passepartout the Starving Artist, where she'll paint stuff on the stream in Passepartout, and then we'll decide on one of those paintings for her to paint on canvas in real life, on webcam. You know, cool stuff. Tuesday will be Andrea, who will be playing something or other. She just finished Arkham Asylum, so something else. And Wednesday will be our next community day, which, well, we've got 3 games we currently play for it, which are the Jackbox games, which I'm counting all as one, and Never Split the Party, and We Need to Go Deeper. So any regular in the chat is welcome to join us on those, or any mutual with us on Mastodon, who's just anyone we can vet to make sure they're not, you know, terrible. Stick around for a while, and you too can join in. And next Thursday will be me with the next LEGO Dimensions level pack, probably Goonies or Doctor Who, and that's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Hit follow if you're not following us already. It'll help you keep up, help us look better to Twitch. And if you want to throw a little bit of money at us, the best ways to do that are to subscribe, which is $5, and you get a cool truck emote, or to throw some bits at us, which is also very, very much appreciated and awesome. So thanks again to everyone who's been here. We'll see you next time. Good night.